I want to talk a little bit about the concept of the fractionate link building methodology. A little bit earlier, we were talking about how backlinks work, and this is basically the more backlinks you have to your website, the more the algorithm of Google likes you, basically, yeah?
More or less,
And it's about the quality of those backlinks. To watch this episode live, go to our YouTube channel or go to kuhne.no. That's kuhne.no. Today we've an interesting guest, Shaurya Jain, and we're going to be talking about link building strategies today. So I thought I was going to be talking about SEO, and Shaurya mentioned to me, just wait a minute, we're not talking about SEO. You can talk to a whole bunch of other people about that. We're talking specifically about link building. And the reason we're chatting to Shaurya is he's worked with the likes of SEMrush, Ahrefs, HubSpot, all of the fantastic names that you would have come across. And one thing I was thinking about before I started this episode is I'm sure a lot of you have received emails that say, hi, I've had a look at your website. Would you like more links? Would you like SEO, etc.? And to trust those folks is very difficult because you've never met them, you've never seen them. They could be fantastic. So this is a great opportunity for us to find out somebody who actually is really good at link building, who can give us a bit of an outline of what the process involves, what link building is, and how you can use it to X your business. So Shaurya, welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Nicholas.
All right. So let's just go into a little bit of your background. So one doesn't dream of being a link building specialist when you grow up. So what got you into this space in the first place? And give us a bit of your background.
Yeah. All right. So how I got into this is as someone from India, not that, ain't got that much money. So working online, that was a way out of all the financial struggle. So that's what I started really early in my teenage, and I started working. I started watching all these YouTube videos about how to make money. Slowly I got introduced to SEO. As I suppose a lot of online marketers, successful online marketers SEO was one of the top recommendations that, hey, do SEO, rank a site, make money. So that's what I did. And then slowly I found some success using some creative link building strategies for myself. I thought, why not share these in Facebook groups? I did that. People started reaching out to me for help with doing that for their businesses. So that's how it all started. People started throwing money at me, and I couldn't.
That's always a good thing if people are throwing money at you. Now, let's talk about link building. So how is link building different to SEO?
So link building is a part of SEO. If broadly speaking, there are two parts in SEO. One is the on-page side of things, and one is the off-page side of things. So the off-page side of thing is basically link building, and the on-page side of things is what kind of content do you post on your website? What kind of keywords are you targeting? So that's the on-page part. So you could say link building is the 50% of SEO. So it's still the number one ranking factor in Google. So if you want to rank your website, you need to have backlinks, solid backlinks. And yeah, that's what I'll be sharing with you guys today, that how to get backlinks and not be fooled by all the noise in the world, in this SEO world. That you should get these kind of links. I'm going to show you what exactly works.
I want to talk a little bit about the concept of the fractionate link building methodology. A little bit earlier, we were talking about how backlinks work. And this is basically the more backlinks you have to your website, the more the algorithm of Google likes you, basically. Yeah.
More or less,
and it's about the quality of those backlinks. So how do people get started with this? Say I've got and let's just use my website as an example. I've got a brand strategy business and my SEO is quite good, but I'm just not getting the traffic that I should. What is the starting point for me coming to you if I had to bring you on as my link building expert?
Okay. So first of all, we'll have to make sure that you have some kind of keywords in mind that for sure, do get searched for. So and then the other thing we'll also have to see is if you're targeting the global market or locally in Norway. So let's say you want to rank for brand strategist Norway. First, we make sure that enough people are searching for it. So at least I would say 100 people, since it's a B2B niche. Even 100 is okay. After we have figured out the keywords you're going after, then we we'll search on uh, Google what it is already ranking on, what's already ranking on the first page of Google, so we can see what kind of content Google is expecting from us. So I suppose for a keyword like brand strategist Norway, mostly sales pages would be ranking on top, or home pages of agencies. So that's what we'll be working with. So we'll be working with your homepage. Next, we have to go out and get links. So the common advice in the SEO space about getting links is that just get high domain rating or domain authority backlinks. So basically, they say that look for websites that have high domain authority or domain rating, and they must have some traffic, and they should be niche relevant, and just get a link from there, pay those guys and get a link from there. But what I found after working in the link building space for the last 8 years is that people have started manipulating these metrics, DR and DA. I like to call this the Cobra Effect because uh okay, let me tell you what the Cobra Effect is first. So back in the 1800s, when Britishers were ruling India, what happened is there was a snake problem in on the streets. So they decided that they will give a reward to anyone who brings in a dead snake. So at first things were all right, but then crafty people over here, they started breeding the snakes and then turning them in. So and claiming the reward. So what they basically did, how the Cobra Effect shows up in SEO is people started rewarding high DR and DA. So people, what the other side, the webmasters did is instead of increasing their DR and DA, naturally they started manipulating it. Instead of working on their content and getting good backlinks, they just focused on increasing their DR and DA because that's how they'll maximize their earnings. Like the people were doing over here in India, just maximize their earnings without caring about, like, without being honest. So due to this, people are getting links that are worthless. A website that is DR10 can become a DR70 website within 1 month if you just order a $50 gig on Fiverr. They For just $50 you can become a DR70 website, and people will pay you like up to $200 per link, and people will buy hundreds of links from your website. So uh, I came up with alternative ways to uh, vet backlinks, check backlink quality. And if you want me to share, so there are 33 ways that I have outlined in my free course on my website. But if you want me to share the 7 main ones that I think everyone should know, I can do that.
Yeah, let's go through the 7 main ones. And just for people's reference, if you go to herculeanseo.com, you can get this free masterclass. So we'll put that link in the description, or I'll put it on the screen here for you to find now.
All right. So the 7 ways, first of all, look at the tech spend of the website. So there are multiple tools on the market, but the main one being Built With. So Built With, what it does is it looks at the website and it analyzes what kind of tech stack the website is using. Based on that, it calculates how much it is spending on, how much our site is spending on itself. I use that as a proxy to see how much they must be investing in their own backlinks and content. So if they're taking care of their like tech stack uh nicely and using like the latest plugins, helpful plugins, so they must also be like doing investing in their content and backlinks. The next thing we could look at is a new metric on the market from Moz. It's called brand authority. So Moz recently did a study where they noticed that sites with a higher brand authority rank twice as better than websites with lower brand authority. They had some kind of threshold actually. So since it's so new on the market, not many, like no one is manipulating it. So use that to your advantage. Third one being power into trust score. So most people believe Ahrefs has the biggest link database in the market. But there's a little known company called Link Research Tools. They actually have the biggest link database in the market, and their proprietary metric is power into trust score. And if since no like 99% of the SEOs don't know about this tool, I think you should be using that metric instead of Ahrefs, because first of all, Link Research Tools, the guys behind power into trust score, they have a better database, and secondly, no one is manipulating that. The fourth way you should be using is to look at the link acquisition velocity of a website. So what link acquisition velocity is? So link acquisition velocity is the number of backlinks a site is getting over a period of time. And if we talk about net link acquisition velocity, that takes into account how many links a site is losing during a point, during, if we consider the net link velocity, it should always be positive. A site could be like DR70, everything looks good. But if they're losing more links than they're gaining over a period of time, then you are basically on a sinking ship. It's sinking. So if you pay those guys for a link, it's only decreasing in value. So you always should be getting a link on a site that has a positive link acquisition velocity. The next one being, let me see. Oh yeah. So the next one is trust flow to citation flow score. Another little known tool in the SEO market is Majestic. Unlike other tools, they just focus on backlinks. They have a metrics. They have they have two flagship metrics: trust flow and citation flow. Trust flow looks at the links. S- Trust flow looks at the authority of links, and citation flow looks at the quantity of links. When you divide those, trust flow divided by citation flow, what happens is, even if the trust flow was manipulated like DR and DA is citation flow, if you divide by citation flow, then that final score gets adjusted because you are dividing by the total number of links. And the number one way to manipulate the trust flow is by building lots of links. So if you divide it by citation flow, you get a adjusted score. So even that is one method I recommend everyone to do. The sixth way is to make sure that the website has real traffic. So coming back to the Cobra effect. So in the Cobra effect, people were rewarding DR and DA. But the third thing that they reward is traffic numbers of a website. If a website has good traffic numbers, they are ready to pay them more money for links. So the webmasters, what they have started doing is they have started using bots. And what these bots do is they search for random keywords on Google and then click on the search on the website of the webmaster. So these SEO tools end up reporting this traffic in the traffic numbers, so it is inflated. But like those keywords, like no real person is searching for these keywords, and like these, like humans are not visiting that website. So Google has a patent called systems and methods for detecting click spam. So they have had this patent for a long time, where they can exactly see if bots are being sent to a website or an ad. But SEO tools can't see this bot traffic. They think that it's real human traffic. So they end up reporting those numbers. So if Google can see this bot traffic, they for sure don't love that website that's doing this, manipulating this Google. So I would say stay away from these websites. And the best way to check for this is like go to any SEO tool, go to the keywords it's ranking for. If it's ranking for any strange keyword like XYZ123, those kind of made up keywords, stay away from that website. And the last way to vet the link quality is to make sure that the website has a about us page and privacy policy page. So I've seen, after building like hundreds and thousands of backlinks over the last 10 years, the websites made just for the purpose of selling links. And what they do is they don't care about like having a privacy policy page or about us page. And while the real brands that also happen to sell links, they always have a privacy policy page because it's required by law, and an about us page because they want people to do business with them. So, and real businesses care about complying with laws. So they have the privacy policy page. So that's the final way I would say to like detect good quality websites apart from the low quality ones.
Okay. Now, we've been talking about these backlinks a lot. What type of businesses get the best value out of backlinks? These retail, like e-commerce stores, B2B businesses. Who are your largest clients in terms of those looking for backlinks and the ones who use it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So let me think, because the search landscape is changing. SaaS businesses don't stand to gain a lot with the backlinks anymore, because with the top of the funnel content being consumed on ChatGPT and these AI platforms, they don't stand to gain much by ranking in Google. I think e-commerce websites, they are still getting a lot of traffic from Google. Local businesses, they are getting a lot of traffic from Google. These are the two business types that will get the best value for money for links. And B2B businesses, I would say, should stay away from SEO, or it should not be on the top of their priority list.
So let's just talk about your masterclass, because we're going to a bit of detail. I don't want the listeners to fall asleep. So let's talk about the masterclass and what that covers, and then how people can get in touch with you.
All right. So the masterclass basically covers three pillars. The first pillar being finding websites that Google deems valuable. The second pillar being vetting the website. So we just talked about the 7 ways to do it. So in the masterclass, there are 33 ways. And the third pillar being how to place your links in a way that Google finds natural. So those are the three main pillars. If you want me to share more, I could do that, because it's a big process.
We need to have a masterclass on links with you with a specific product, I think, to really go into a little bit more detail. And in terms of, so people can get the masterclass for free. That's a nice link magnet. So that will get, a lead magnet. So that will get people onto your mailing list. What kind of services are you offering, and what kind of client do you dream would get in touch with you?
So the services that I offer, of course, that is link building. But how I do it differently is that we build links the fractionate method way, as opposed to how others are doing. So I think that's how everyone should be building links, like vetting the links a lot instead of just relying on a couple of metrics that are easily manipulated. And I think the best client would be an e-commerce client. Yes.
Great. So that would be sending folks to herculeanseo.com. I'll put that link in the description. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I hope people have taken some insights out of this in terms of the difference between just regular SEO and the importance of your off-page SEO, which is your backlinks. So Shaurya, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Nicholas. Thanks for having me.